I'm about to tell you a Bible story you've never heard your entire life, part 2. If I'm right and you've never heard this story, you have to hit that subscribe button. The story starts off with a well-known prophet named Moses who was appointed to lead God's people out the land of Egypt that they may serve the Lord of heaven. Pharaoh, king of Egypt, being warned by Moses and Aaron to free God's people, rebelled and challenged God by boasting of his resources and rulership, claiming his authority is just as credible as the Almighty's, and asked Moses to show a sign of his so-called God's power to persuade him. God, knowing the Pharaoh would have asked for a sign, instructed Moses when he is asked for a sign, he must cast down his rod, and it'll turn into a serpent which would serve as proof. God is with him, but the Egyptian king was unimpressed and called for his sorcerers to show a sign of their power, and they to cast down their rods, and it turned into serpents. This was their way of saying, anything God can do, so can we. Then Pharaoh, now angered, full of fury, sent away Moses and Aaron, and not only that, but after they left, Pharaoh increased the work and hard labor of the Israelites to spite God. This grieved Moses, seeing his people suffering at the hands of the Egyptians. So he prayed for God's intervention, and God commanded him to return to Egypt, only this time to avenge his people on the account of the ill treatment they were receiving. So Moses and Aaron went to Egypt again, and by God's authority, and they cursed the waters to be turned to blood, and all waters turned to blood. Containers with stored water, the rivers and sea and wells, all turned to blood, but Pharaoh did not relent. Therefore God unleashed his wrath on Egypt in the form of plagues. So right after the blood curse was lifted, God caused all waters to breed frogs, and so much, even the sweat of the Egyptians, turned into frogs. Even then Pharaoh did not back down. After frogs, God plagued Egypt with swarms of insects, and every deadly animal to torment Egypt. And still Pharaoh repented not, but he and the Egyptians hid in bunkers under their homes, locking themselves underground, thinking they have outsmarted God. Then God did something terrifyingly unexpected, something not mentioned in the book of Exodus concerning the plagues. God summoned one of the great monsters lurking in the shadows of the unknown. Not Leviathan, no, not Behemoth. God summoned Sulanuth, a creature from the darkest depths of the sea, with a terrifying reach, having arms estimated to be 15 feet long and immense strength. Sulanuth tore through the roofs off the Egyptians' houses, injuring all in her path of rampage. Sulanuth then undid the locked doors of their bunkers, allowing the plague of insects and animals to ravage the people of Egypt, bringing them down to their knees and striking fear in the hearts of all who dared to challenge God. This story teaches us God is greater than our enemies, and we can depend on him to fight the battles we can't, no matter how big or small those problems are. If you enjoy content like this, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what Bible story or topic I should do next.